I've talked about this in other videos. A lot of people will turn to family court, lawyers, attorneys, judges, commissioners, whomever, to help them rein in their high conflict co-parenting or divorce or custody situation. High conflict types, and I use that term as a blanket term. It's an umbrella term. People may or may not have like narcissistic or borderline or antisocial personality disorder. If this describes your ex-wife or your ex-husband, your ex-partner, whatever, and you're desperate for answers, you're desperate for like an end to the chaos, and you're tired of being taken advantage of, you're tired of just being just drugged behind a truck. You're just people become so fed up and so exhausted that they often have just they just give up, and so they often look to a lawyer or an attorney or a judge, commissioner, the family court system to help them sort it out. And I'm here to tell you, just based on experience, I don't think I have ever personally once, and I've worked with a lot of families and a lot of kids and a lot of high conflict situations, I don't think I've ever once seen the court successfully resolve a high conflict situation. First of all, let's talk about your attorney, okay? Your attorney makes profits, and big ones, the longer that this case prolongs. Does that mean that they prolong it on purpose? Well, maybe. But they aren't often always particularly interested in bringing it to a speedy end either. The longer this thing goes, the more money they make. That's just the truth. I say bad things about family attorneys often in other videos. This one is not going to be an exception. As a therapist, as a family therapist, as someone who's worked with teens and kids and families, I have been just absolutely fed up with family lawyers. I find them to be completely despicable. Everybody's got their crowd, the certain types of people that they dislike, and mine is family attorneys. I can't stand them. They are awful. They don't typically. I'm not gonna. This is not true for all of them. There are good ones. For the most part, though, they don't give a crap about your kids. They don't give a crap about your family. They don't give a crap about your finances. They are happy to drag this thing out for the long term. I personally know a guy. He's someone that I know from my personal life. His high conflict divorce, his family court with his high conflict ex. Last time I talked to him about it, which was about 4 years ago, actually, it had been going on more than a decade. There was no interim. It had just been going on for over 10 years. 10 years. This guy was just broke. He's at the end of his rope. He had a good business. He had a good successful business, and he's driving this old piece of crap car because just all of his money has gone to his lawyer. And the judges, the commissioners, they're biased. Here's the thing about family court too. There are no standards of practice. There's no like articles of this is what you do in certain cases. This is this and that is that. It's just whatever your particular judge or commissioner, who generally is biased. Family court is biased towards women. Men often really get a bad shake in family court. We know this. I mean, it's just one of those things that we don't necessarily talk about, but I've seen over and over again. I've seen dads, fathers, husbands, whatever, get penalized in family court and have their kids basically taken from them for no apparent reason whatsoever. The family court system has no rules. It's whatever the judge feels like doing for your case on that day. If they don't like you personally, there's nothing from stopping them that will stop them to making a bad call against you, and there's really not a whole lot you can do about it without forking out another several $1,000s. When you combine divorce attorneys and a high conflict ex like a narcissist, it's like throwing gas on the fire, man. Divorce attorneys can be very, very high conflict themselves. They can be bulldogs. They can be absolute pit bulls in court. Sometimes that can be a good thing. But if your ex is narcissistic or antisocial, that's a bad thing. They will escalate it. It'll escalate and escalate and escalate. And your lawyer might be like, oh, I got this for you, and they're just making things 10 times worse. It's actually very specific strategies when you're working with high conflict types. It's very, very specific strategies. The thing is high conflict types, they're willing to burn the house down if they just to kill a spider. They will destroy everything. They will create a path of destruction for you, the kids, everybody, themselves. They don't care. They just want to win. They don't care about what's good for the kids. They just want to win. And you combine that with a really aggressive attorney, and you've got a dumpster fire. And the dumpster fire is your life, your finances, your relationship with your kids, your family, your personal life, your stress level, your personal health. So my point is the divorce world. By the way, people keep telling you to watch Divorce Corp. It's a documentary, and I keep telling them no. I've already had a front seat to the absolute craziness, chaos, no rhyme or reason, the wild, wild west that is the divorce court system. It's crazy. It's insane. It's the wild, wild west. It's anarchy. Whatever they want, whatever goes today. Situation. And when you're dealing with a narcissist or whatever in family court, and they often have a strong ability to manipulate the court, to manipulate the attorney, to sometimes even manipulate the judge or the commissioner. They have no idea. They have no idea how to spot a narcissist or what to do with them. And they might even be narcissistic themselves. And so that's a fun situation, right? Yeah. Not to scare you. This is me just saying that I've created some content, my Udemy courses online for some different ways to go about doing this. I've even had lawyers contact me. I've had lawyers ask me questions. I've had lawyers seek my advice on dealing with narcissistic types. They don't know. They don't know. So if they tell you that they know how to handle one of those, they're probably lying. So, so check out the links in the description below. My courses are really affordable for the content that you get. So make sure you go check them out. You need a strategy. And throwing money and a lawyer at your ex, your high conflict ex, is not a strategy. That will only make it worse. I've just seen it too many times. So go check those out. Going to be well worth your time and your money. You know what to do. Like and subscribe. I got to get going. I got to get to work. So good luck out there.